Welcome to Privet Palm Beach Presents, bringing you everything Palm Beach. Coming to you from our active storefront studio in the exciting new Nora District. This week brings us Perfectly Palm Beach with host JAYNE Chase. Be sure to stay tuned for the weekly Privet update at the end of this episode. We're just getting started, so subscribe, follow, like, and share our multiple channels. You can find Perfectly Palm Beach candles and diffusers at local stores, including Lily Pulitzer, Hive, and at perfectlypb.com. The perfect Palm Beach gift.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Perfectly Palm Beach. I'm your host, JAYNE Chase, and we are in our new studios in West Palm Beach, Privet Palm Beach Studios. We love them. We're so happy about being here. It's so much fun. So we're really happy to bring you another great segment in a minute or two. Before we start, I just wanted to say for anybody who's traveling this summer, great issue, all about London, so much going on there. I'm the design editor at Quest. We love Quest, and there's so much information in here. So pick it up, look for our digital issue, subscribe. There's nothing like it. To me, there's nothing like it. Anyway, so today I am welcoming two of my very dearest friends, Camilla Webster and Andrew Sneath. And I'm so happy to have them in the studio. We all know Camilla as a global artist, really. I mean, you're curated kind of all over the world, which is so exciting. But we're not here to talk about art. We are here to talk about her new business that she is doing with Andrew, and it is about sustainability. And they are helping us deal with the problem of all the sargassum that has infiltrated all of the beaches around Florida. So, guys, welcome to Perfectly Palm Beach. Tell us a little bit about your vision, where it started. Your new company is called Seaweed Greens.
Yes.
And this is the packaging. And so tell us a little bit about how you guys got here. I'm so impressed. I mean, it's wonderful.
Well, we've been together for 2 years now and found that we work very well together, even as creatives before Seaweed Greens. And Andrew's background is in the submarine space as well as the automobile space.
I mean, can we just stop there? That's insane. I've never met anybody who builds submarines and cars.
Yeah, it's English inventing on steroids.
I love that.
But it's basically an understanding of how to manufacture things to survive in the ocean and work underwater.
Incredible. So you had your water boy here.
I did. Well, he's worked on Bond films.
Incredible.
He designed
That would be
RoboShark.
James Bond, guys.
Yeah.
James Bond.
He created RoboShark for Sir David Attenborough's BBC series. And I didn't see him entering the water space for business. And I said, we need to go back to the ocean. And
Weren't you so smart? Behind every good man is just a brilliant woman.
I'm finding that out. It's life-changing.
Yeah, it's very smart, Camilla.
well, he's a clever one. And you did go to the ocean. And what did you find?
So it was really finding something really challenging to take on. We were still building the electric cars and finishing off clients' projects. But really with the sargassum, the problem is it's full of arsenic, pathogens, sand, salt, trash.
Lice.
And everybody puts it in the landfill or buries it in the beach, which is even worse. So it was really, people were trying to get rid of the arsenic. So really the question was, or a fascination was, can we process the sargassum, remove the arsenic and pathogens, and then what is it? Is it useful? Could you build an economy around actually cleaning up the beaches and using it for other purposes? And that's where it started.
The sargassum has increased for the 8 years that I've now lived here full time. The sargassum has really increased, I don't know, 6-7 times. It's really amazing how much there is. And I actually sent Camilla a picture from the Pacific Ocean last week when I was in California. There were huge, I don't know, like these roving circles. What do you call them? They're like floating in the water. They
they're
take up
actually
everything.
mats. They call them
Mats.
the sargassum, which was just Sargasso Sea near Bermuda. It's a free-floating brown seaweed that 20, 30 years ago, all it did was a little circle around there and no roots because the water's too deep. But with global warming, which is actually a real thing, So the warmer temperatures in the Caribbean and also all the nitrates from burning the Amazon rainforest have created this perfect environment for it to grow. So there's now, they call it the Great Sargassum Seabelt, and it reaches all the way from Africa, South America, through the Caribbean, and all the way to us. So it is seasonal, based on rainfall in Africa and the Amazon.
And the warm waters.
Well, that washes the nitrates in, and then as it warms up, so this giant mat, and we're talking 31 million tons a year growing.
Wait, let's say that again. 31 million tons of sargassum are floating between Africa and the state of Florida.
Yeah, and then depending on weather patterns and currents and hurricanes during the season, we get a tiny amount compared to the islands of Mexico, the Caribbean, Barbados is drowning in it.
So if we were in a plane and we flew over the Bahamas and the British Virgin Islands, and you're telling me that there's like miles and miles and miles of sargassum.
We have friends taking their holidays in the islands, taking pictures from the planes and sending us the sargassum on its way to the islands. And it's an incredible sight, but it's also heartbreaking because
it is heartbreaking.
It literally has blocked the beaches and even
the wildlife. Hasn't it affect the wildlife?
Yes. So once upon a time, you did not move sargassum on the beaches. It was part of the environment that, benefited the animal
ecosystem. Right.
Right. Now baby turtles will struggle to get over that sargassum to get to the sea as they should. And of course, it's a climate-driven issue caused by man-made industrial efforts. So
incredible, guys. Incredible you guys kind of stumbled on. We didn't stumble on it because I've sat on the beach with you and I know this is something that you were kind of, noodling in your head. But how did you come up with the technology or the chemistry to really know what to do in order to make it applicable for daily use for landscapers and et cetera, which we're going to get into? But
because there is markets where they take brown seaweed kelp from the Maine and Alaska and places, and they're using it to make plastics and all sorts of fake leathers and all sorts of stuff. And it was really, is ours anything like it? So we took it to my factory and broke it all down and sent it off for chemical testing. So we actually got proper results about what's in it. And yes, the arsenic's there. So the sargassum is absorbing, it's like a barometer of the ocean. So whatever's in it, it'll absorb. That's why it's full of all the micronutrients we need for our food, but it's also got the heavy metals. So
anything it encounters, it absorbs.
It absorbs. So
Why
it's
is
just
that?
It's used in manufacturing of steel. To make gold, to purify gold, you actually use arsenic in part of the manufacturing process. Yeah, so it's a man-made material that's then washed into the ocean. But by developing the technology to remove it, it was then, okay, what have we actually got? And it's a soil amendment. It turns out it's just as good as brown seaweed kelp for golf courses to grow their grass.
So you guys have cleaned up a lot of the sargassum around. You've taken it to your new facility in West Palm Beach, which is something like 8,000 square feet. And you have the technology. Is that something that you own? Is that a public technology or is it your technology that you figured out?
It's proprietary. I don't know why other people haven't worked out how to do it, but we seem to have worked out how to remove the heavy metals and toxins.
Wow. Do you have to send that to the lab once that's done to get that?
So each batch we send and make sure that, and every time we do it, sure enough, and it's in parts per million is how they measure things.
Yeah. And
seaweed can have 140 to 100 parts per million. Anything over 2 parts per million is toxic to humans. So we're down below 1, we're like 0.02 parts per million.
So when you look on the internet about the sargassum issue, you see universities, public investment funds, everyone looking for a solution of how to clear the sargassum, but how to safely remove and filter the toxins. So Andrew successfully did that through our proprietary Seaweed Greens process. And actually I said, you should call them and tell them that we solved the problem. So we called them and it didn't quite twig. We are.
They think we're making it up.
One of the
Like,
reasons we wanted to speak
yeah.
with you is because this is actually a groundbreaking moment for Palm Beach. It's a groundbreaking moment in science, and we have the lab tests, and the French have a request out with grants for millions of
They've got a $60 million budget to solve the problem.
and we've solved it right here. And we're trying to get that message out to the world. And beyond just actually removing the toxins, we wanted to create a full sustainability cycle. So the beaches also are already cleared. So we're taking part of that sargassum, we're bringing it to the plant, and we're creating products that actually give nutrition to the earth. So it's just this incredible journey of getting minerals from the sea, processing out the bad stuff, and creating these incredible Seaweed Greens products that are organic, sustainable. And so right now, many people on their lawns have many chemicals, which
Tons of pesticides. That's why everything's so green and lush and
Yeah, but it can still be lush and green and safe, but without using chemical fertilizers.
exactly.
Organic was always perceived as very expensive and was expensive to do. Now we know how to manufacture it from a natural resource. We can actually price match any of the commercial products.
Incredible, really incredible. So you guys, this is what goes in here is in the bigger jar also. It's liquid, right?
Yes.
So if I have a garden at home or if I live on the beach and I want to, fertilize my plants, I can just I can have my landscaper pour this all around, right? This is so it's good for residents and also for landscape architects and large industrial use too. So that's what's amazing. Like this should be on every shelf at every Home Depot across the country.
From your lips to
Home
God's ears.
Depot, Target. We need to get you guys on Shark Tank.
There we go.
I want a piece.
So the soil amendment, which is technically what the pure juice that comes out of the digester once all the heavy metals and toxins are gone, is actually full of all the micronutrients and this thing called it's a biostimulant. It helps the roots grow properly and enables plants to actually absorb the nutrients in the soil. So the microgreens that we're growing with it taste so much better.
Plants are happier.
Because that's what's meant to be there.
Right.
But the soils are all depleted. Sometimes you need a little more nitrogen, which for the green, but we can boost this with organic nitrogen to they call it a 403. But that's what golf courses are using. But we can still do it fully organically.
And so you guys have gotten the message out a little bit locally.
Yes.
So there are a couple of lovely institutional companies around that are using it, right?
Yes.
And I know you're a marketing genius. So I know there's a separate division of labor here. You're kind of the creative and the design person. And,
I'm also the deal maker.
You're the deal maker. Okay.
I'm not making deals.
So I'm doing business development.
I'd like to think it's a team effort.
It is a team
And
effort
that's kind of
in
what's
all
nice.
of it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Well, I was curious how the division of labor worked, but you did this design, right?
Yes.
Of all this. Okay. And so you're reaching out to hotels,
Yes.
landscapers.
The Boca Raton is receiving 25 gallons tomorrow to test on their Audubon golf course, which is a
But
very
they've already
special
done the
place.
test.
Yeah, they've done the test.
We've done the testing. So now this is actually product that's being bought. Because the other part to the business is actually being profitable, actually making a product, selling it to the market and growing the sales.
Well, and the technology is something that you can also sell to other people too,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Well,
there's
you can, but you've got to prove that we can make a profitable product and compete in the market up against all the chemical fertilizers,
Yeah.
which is as big a challenge as doing it.
So you see
Is
these
it?
small bottles. We also have 250-gallon touts, and we have bigger options than that. So that would be for organic farms, large gardens, the Wellington Arena, Jupiter.
Opus Vineyard,
It's amazing,
all
guys.
the right names.
Yeah, really,
saying-
really incredible.
Because they're buying the kelp version of our product already. And if you go, well, look, ours is the same, but ours is cleaner and the same price with the same boosting nutrients.
The difficult part really is kind of gathering the sargassum, right? Isn't that the hard part? And kind of getting it over to your facility that you can kind of, Andrew's shaking his head no.
Through partnerships. So the partnership is we're helping people clear their beaches. So we go to the resorts, they've already had to clean the beach. Now, instead of putting it in the landfill or burying it in the beach, we actually deliver a nice big green plastic bin that holds a ton. They clear the beach and throw it in that rather than
and then
the
you guys
scrap.
pick it up.
Yeah.
We have a transit, so we pull up, it glows on the back, and we take it to the factory where we start processing. So it's like a dumpster delivery service.
And how long does it take you guys to separate all the toxins and the arsenic and the
2
bad
weeks.
stuff?
2 weeks.
It's a 2-week process.
Yeah.
But but you put it in 2 weeks, but you keep putting it in. You
Right.
don't have to wait around for 2 weeks. It flows through.
And then once you have that, you kind of pulverize it into a liquid to get into the bottles,
The
right?
digester does all that
Does
for us.
all that for you. And do you have people, I mean, is there a whole team here that's helping you now? Or are you with goggles and mitts and the whole thing
It's just
holding?
the two of us.
This is like I Love Lucy and Desi on the chocolate factory line. That was the funniest segment ever. So you guys are filling up these 250-gallon jugs and delivering them.
I know, but again, he's a smarty pants. So a lot of it is done by machine. There's very little. We don't touch the seaweed.
Where have you been hiding there, buddy? You're like a genius.
I was building electric cars.
You were. I know. The mokes.
And submarines and robots.
And people around the world were visiting the factory to just glean something about his use of Tesla batteries or some other thing.
Building a submarine is just another stratosphere of brain power.
Well,
incredible.
I wanted to travel the world, and I was stuck in car factories in England, so I had to invent a submarine. All my clients were on all the beautiful islands around the world, so we've built over 400 of the submarines. And
are those the private little submarines that people buy that attach to the boat?
No, these are the little bob motorbikes, underwater motorbike, but like a Vespa underwater.
Oh, but yes, they attach them to their yacht so they can go down and sit and then kind of bomb around on the bottom of the ocean themselves, right?
Most of ours were sold in sets of 10 to resorts to give underwater rides to tourists. So, but that was 7 years ago. Things move on.
I know. Well, there are new chapters in life all the time, guys. So, where are we taking this, guys? What's the next thing? Do you think? Like, I mean, I know you're kind of beginning. So, what's the wish list here?
We have an opportunity to support people with gardens in Palm Beach to go organic at approachable pricing. So, what we've seen is these chemicals are causing an increase in Parkinson's, an increase in cancer, an increase in dog cancer. When you put your grandchild on your green space, I want you to feel that they're in a healthy environment, that there aren't 16 toxic chemicals in the lawn that they're lying on. We're learning more and more that the chemicals in these lawns are having a long-term impact. They're having developmental impact on children.
Yes.
So, we want to be that beautiful green opportunity, but also to know that you're part of the green economy, that you're doing something amazing, something new, and it's really creating a sustainable economy. And isn't it wonderful that Palm Beach has this natural resource that we can turn into something fantastic?
Well, I love how you say in some of your written material, this is a story of creativity, science, and design fueled by passion, purpose, and legacy. And I think that's kind of that says it all in a way that is, I don't know, it has kind of it's such a beautiful authenticity to it. And I love that about you anyways, but I think that you guys are really onto something here, and it's just a matter of really getting, the word out. And this is something everybody should be using. I mean, there are different golf courses that I go to that are so green, and the pinks are so vibrantly pink, and the water is clear, and there's, and inside the bathrooms, they have huge bowls of salt that you're meant to kind of scrub your body afterwards to get all of the chemicals off your body that you're exposed to on the golf course. I mean, that's just nuts, right?
We can still have the beautiful greenery and plants, just source the nitrogen, potassium, and these nutrients from the ocean rather than from a factory. They're actually using electricity to make it. So they're actually sending carbon into the atmosphere to make all these nitrogen fertilizers.
Well, and all the farmers should be using this to be growing their organic.
Oh yeah.
It was always, the challenge was
right?
always scale. But since there's 31 million tons, there's enough product. It's just a case of building a bigger facility.
You could take this facility that you have in West Palm Beach and you could build it in Iowa.
Yes.
Globally.
You could build it
Around the world.
anywhere.
Yes.
You could build that anywhere. Yeah, that
so
would be the idea, so that people could be independent and
So
utilize that
the
themselves.
8,000 square feet that we're building now can support Palm Beach County. So no more sargassum has to go in the landfill. And we're talking with Solid Waste Authority. They don't want it either because it
I'm
emits
sure not.
hydrogen sulfide gas when
Smells.
but once it's composted in our digester, it doesn't emit methane or CO2 anymore. And we actually capture the CO2 off the top and grow secondary products.
Haven't big companies like, Oceana and, big environmental ocean companies, have you guys gone to talk to them? I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio has that huge film.
We've been too busy.
You've been too busy, I guess so.
I know, producing the model, but that will be
they would
our.
all want to use it because this, you don't want all of the ocean life to be caught up and not have their oxygen and what they need that's stuck in the mat.
Just to put it correctly, the mat of sargassum in the ocean is the Amazon rainforest of the ocean. It's actually the nursery for baby turtles, baby fish. The sargassum actually absorbs CO2 from the atmosphere and creates oxygen. It's an enormous rainforest on top of the ocean. So out, 5 miles offshore, it's a nationally protected reserve. You're not allowed to take any. So it's really.
Oh, that's an important point.
Yes.
That's an important point. Okay.
Once it's 3 miles from the shore, if you have a fishing license, you can go and
You're
get
allowed
some.
to take it. Oh.
But you'll check there's no baby turtles living in it, because that's what the baby turtles hide in as they grow.
Yeah.
Within a mile of the shore, and when it's on the beach, it's clear where we need to clear it away. Some in front of resorts and hotels. The biggest reason is human pathogens grow in it because it's got so much nutrients in it.
You said it absorbs anything that touches it.
Well, on the land, now the human bacteria can actually grow in it. So humans shouldn't touch it. If you have an open cut, you'll get an infection. So you can't leave it on the beaches in front of the hotels. We need to tidy it up and put it to good use.
There are other volunteer groups that are cleaning up the sargassum on the beaches. Have you guys talked to them here?
They're focused on the plastic.
They're not focused on the sargassum.
We take the whole lot.
It's heavy, the sargassum. How do you get it? I mean, you kind of rake it up.
Forklift truck.
Is the two of you guys out there with gloves and stuff and sticking?
Oh, we've done that.
We've done that. That was the beginning. That was the beginning and the testing. Now we're on the industrial scale side of trucks, forklifts, bins.
You have that. You've got people doing that for you. Okay. I was going to volunteer this weekend.
It's 20 tons a day.
Just in Palm Beach County?
It's a big operation. I shared with you, we had a farm in England. It's the size of a mid-sized farming scale operation. And one of the lovely things I enjoy working with Andrew is that we both love the simplicity of design in everything. That's actually why the design of the bottles, I want people to know what that's it. Oh, soil amendment. That sounds so random. No, look, you plop it in there, put your new propagating plant, and you're going to get a great return right on your planting. We're creating the cleanest, most simple cycle we can, so that long term it really is a solution for Miami, for the Keys, for the counties, for the Caribbean. We want to provide a global solution
with this green technology. Yeah. It sounds magical, guys. The two of you together, your creativity is explosive. I'm so proud of both of you. And there's nothing that is going to stop you guys. I mean, it just sounds like it's global domination. You're on the way.
The new facility, once it's up and running, and then we've signed up these, like the Boca Raton, and they're delivering 250 gallons every week, which is the amount they use of the other product, then people will go, oh, this is real. Because so many people have kind of faked that they can do it.
Yeah.
We have to go almost past everybody and go, we're actually fully viable. Our facility can now turn over 7 million a year.
Yeah.
We're a profitable company. Then we'd put an additional site in Homestead. So Homestead could service the whole of the Keys. I think Key Biscayne gets 15 tons a day, and there's nowhere to put it on the island. So it all goes by truck to the land, or they can bring it to our recycling facility.
And we want to do this for the county that we love. We want the beaches to be clear. Yeah. So we have all our visitors enjoying a lovely time. And also, again, being part of a green story. Discover the Palm Beaches has got behind this mission as well.
That's great.
And, we were talking about, well, if someone watching this would like some, what would they do? Or they'd like some help with their garden. Basically, they just get in touch with us on the website. We have a consultation area, and then we're working with a set of top landscapers, top plant nursery providers here in Palm Beach, and we'll put everyone together.
I think it sounds great, guys. I'm so thrilled that you were able to come in and share your message with us. It's so important, particularly since, no one else is really doing it. Yeah. And you guys have jumped on it in a way that is, it's access for everybody. We just have to get you into Home Depot.
There we go. One of the most important things I also wanted to say is that we have these very high functioning facilities already in Palm Beach. Again, part of the sustainable mission is that we integrate our work with theirs. We don't need to produce more work. We all just need to be good partners with each other to have the sargassum sent to our factory. We can process it and return viable product.
So is there any time left over to paint? And is there any time left over to design submarines? No, not really. We're busy.
Camilla's just finished a commission that got shipped out recently.
Tell everybody, Camilla. I mean, I know it, but you tell everybody.
So I was invited to create a beautiful palm tree painting for an estate in Croatia. So that was a large 60 by 72. You'll see actually my sargassum-inspired paintings and plant paintings are going to be all over the taxi cabs in London during Frieze Art Fair in the fall.
Oh, exciting! That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
I'm just in the process of designing a new collection based on my palm tree paintings for one of the museums here. So that's all still.
And the ambassador program.
That we can't say that one yet. That's the biggest one. Later down the road. There's some very cool international news.
You're going to have to come back and tell us all of that. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm so happy that you're able to stop in the studio today. Here it is, guys. Seaweed Greens. It's seaweedgreens.com. Mm-hmm. They also have Instagram, Facebook. Follow these guys. They are the leaders in healing our world. So I'm so proud of you. I love you both so much. And thanks, guys, for joining us on Perfectly Palm Beach.
Here are Privet Picks of the Week. Recommendations for Palm Beachers by Palm Beachers. Did you know there's a new restaurant in town? The new Cafe Drift is family-owned and located in the previous Pastry Heaven spot next to the Palm Beach Historical Inn. Offering coffee, pastries, sandwiches, salads, smoothies, and more, you have to check it out. Privet tip: you must get the chocolate chip cookie. What's a better activity for the whole family than something that's both fun and educational? Science and Sunshine with Cox Science Center happens every second Friday of the month from 2 to 4 p.m. at City Place. Enjoy interactive themed demonstrations that will leave everyone leaving with some type of new knowledge. A healthy lifestyle just became more affordable at Amici Market. Enjoy Happy Juice Hour. Every weekday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., enjoy half-off juices, shots, and smoothies. The perfect way to start your day. Privet Palm Beach Presents is a production of Privet Studios and is available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify platforms. You could reach out to us on Instagram at Privet Palm Beach and at theprivet.com. Thanks to the Privet Studios team, including Summers Laffey, Will Cannon, our friends at Mass Inbound, and music by Kevin MacLeod.